welcome to my channel. My name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist and welcome. And this is Rogue. Say hi again, Rogue. You were looking exactly at the camera until I turned it on. It is almost the end of 2025 and I have just a few things that I have set for 2026. In 2026, I had thought about doing a video with all the projects that I have slated on my Whip Go board to start in 2026, but I think I'll just do that at the beginning of each month or at the end of the month before. I needed to separate the dogs. They were having a difference of opinion about something. I don't know what, but yeah. So I had some wonderful gifts that I'm going to show you some of them. And I had 2 new starts. And then my plans for the beginning of 2026. And I have decided, I didn't do any Flosstube Frenzy last week because my aunt was visiting and I wanted to concentrate on my aunt, and you know, with Christmas and all that, I said, this is not anything I need to do. This is something I want to do and it can just wait. So then Pam on Pam and Steph, she's doing temperature stitching and she's only showing it once a month, and I thought, you know, that's kind of a good idea because you see how much progress was made versus, you know, just the little amount that I was stitching at a time. So I think the last video of every month is when I'll show, not this time, but when I'll show the stitching that I've done, and I'll try to pull up a picture of what it was like before. So yeah. This next time, if I don't have a picture, well, we'll try to go from there. So I'm going to start off with, actually with my cross stitch. This is one of my new starts. I started this on Christmas Day. Not Even a Mouse, Lindy Stitches. And I did start it on this green fabric. This is a 14 count that I dyed myself, Ada. And that's my start. Not much of a start, but a start. And then yesterday, I started Pueblo Pottery number 2, and I'm doing this one, the flute player. It's finished size on 14 count. It's supposed to be 3 1/8 by 3 1/4. I'm not starting it on, I didn't start it on white. And this off-white doesn't show up real well, but I'm thinking I'm gonna backstitch around it. But part of me wants to just continue with this. I like it very much. Of course, I like the mouse too. Can't stitch all things all the time. But, and I've done Flosstube Frenzy twice this week. But I'm going to try to go with a picture from the last time I did these things. So maybe I'll show them all next week and then start showing them the first week of every month. Maybe that's what I'll do. So I haven't done a lot more, and I'll explain why in a minute, on CrazzyStitch. We do Geek. I did work on it, not tons and tons. But I basically set it down for a whole week. So this is as far as I've gotten. We go boldly where. And then a little bit on where it says no one has gone before. And then my temperature stitching, I really wanted to get more of this bottom stuff done, and I really haven't. And it's been really warm here. 80s during the day. In the evenings, it's been 40 degrees, 45, ish, but usually around 40. So this is where I am. Look at all those yellow days. And I was stitching this, and I got confused with the different things, so because I was stitching it with a paper copy instead of my pattern keeper, and so I still got to work on all the seafloor, but I just love the way this has come out. So only 3 more days. I do this every Friday, so only 3 more days on this. 4 more days. My goodness. What is the matter with me? 5 more days. 1 day is going to be off here in the middle. Yeah. So yeah, so it's been a very warm December. Now, the reason that I didn't get my cross stitch going is that my brother had a longtime girlfriend, and we sent her all Christmas presents last year and everything. And then they broke up. Well, I found out the beginning of last week that they got back together. And I'm like, I don't have anything for her. And I made all my gifts. So I started making another one of these knot bags. And I had it all put together and everything. And I just didn't like the second strap, which is a shorter strap. So I actually frogged it, pulled it out to make it. What was wrong was it was too long, and 2, I don't know how I ended up getting it too long, but it was too long, and 2 was too wide. It was not the same width as this one. Now it's closer to the same width. So I think it'll look better when I put it on. But it took me the better part of a week in between doing all the other things, taking care of my aunt. And when I went to get her, the airport is well over an hour from here, going not by the freeway. I don't like taking the freeway here. I don't know what it is. Just don't like it. And so now I finished my, no, careful. Big dog is getting up. You gonna go lie down somewhere, Hank? Okay. I finished my whip go board. Plus I still have things that I'd like to concentrate on other than. Now, the things that I'd like to concentrate on, I'm not going to really, I didn't bring those out right now. I'm not going to really, it's just, if I finish the things that that are on my whip go board, then I'll pull out one of those 2 things and concentrate on that, is my thinking. So the whip go calls were number 2 and number 7. And my number 2, I put this back on whip go because I didn't work on it at all this month. Snowflake ornaments. And I decided that yes, I would like to do at least 1 more of these, if not 2 more. but I am going to frog this. Let's try putting it the right way. I am going to frog this and move it over a little bit so that they're not so close to each other. I'm not going to do them, I'm going to do them as individual units. And I have enough fabric to do all four. I just don't understand that fourth one. So I'm going to work 5 days on this, and however far I get in 5 days, I'm going to put it aside and not feel bad about it. Unless I'm like that close to finishing the second one, and I won't be. The snowflakes are very confusing and hard to do. And the new start is going to be cardinal and holly ornament. And this is only 51 by 51. It's not big. So for my number 7, what I'm going to spend 5 days on, and honestly, if I concentrate on it, I don't think it'll take 5 days. I hope I didn't show the pattern, is QB Snowman. I didn't say who anything was by, did I? The cardinal and holly ornament, it's by Cross Stitching for Fun, and they have a new Etsy shop that's called something else, and of course I don't remember it. The snowflake ornaments are by Cross Stitching for Fun. The Pueblo pottery is by CrazzyStitch. I mean by Southwest Decoratives. Man, not keeping track of what I'm supposed to do at all. This is by Charlene Blank of Tranquil Tree Designs. And I just love this, but it's very small. And I think if I concentrate on it, I can get it done in less than 5 days. I worked on it only for a few minutes. So that's where I am. So I'm hoping I can knock this out, and then if I knock it out, I'll take out either cranes or American blues. Now, since I'm working on American blues with Flosstube Frenzy, I'll take out cranes first, and that is by Alforce Embroidery. Now I did want, oh yeah, and the new start, my second new start is going to be Poinsettia Seeds by Stitching with the Housewives. I kind of want to start it on that same green that I use for Not Even a Mouse, but this green wouldn't go with it. And I'm wondering if I can just change what this green is. Let's see, I'll have to do a floss toss. I'll have to do a floss toss and see what looks good. If not, I have plenty of black. I can do it on black. My mother's favorite favorite flower was poinsettia. Every Christmas we always had them. She had a tablecloth as we were growing up with poinsettias on it, and I made her another one that had poinsettias on it. So there's something that's very meaningful to me. So I would love to have that to decorate with at Christmas. Cranes. I'll try to put a picture here of it. If I forget, I'll have it next time. So I showed you the cross stitch bag, but I did work some more on this blanket. Rogue is tucked in right here beside me, so I'm trying not to not put this on her. I finished the Santa hats, and then I'm working on the next pattern, and that is going to be loops. This green and the brighter green, which is this one. And I wasn't really happy with the Santa hats, but I decided, you know what, just go with it. And as I'm putting these on, they look a lot better. So let's see. And I wanted to talk to you about this ribbon candy. I got ribbon candy for Christmas, and most of them are plain like this, but I loved ribbon candy as a kid. Sorry about the noise. I thought that wasn't going to be sticky anymore. I was wrong. Most of them are plain that are in this package like this. And ribbon candy traditionally wasn't like this in my memory. But that doesn't mean that they weren't. It just means I didn't remember them being like that. But they were more like this. And this is, the sugar is just folded in on itself. I can't wait to eat some of this. I haven't eaten any yet, but I will be soon. One of the things that I had to be cognizant of when let me put this down. I kept this in my lap because of the ribbon candy here. Oh, I'm trapped by yarn. One of the things with ribbon candy that I always had to be aware of is it's very stiff and hard to break. So it would come in small pieces, and you would just like suck on it or try to suck on the whole thing because it's sugar. That's just pure sugar, flavored sugar, but sugar. And you always had to be careful not to cut your tongue on it because it would get really sharp. But I can't wait to eat it and worry about whether or not my tongue is going to be. Now, my sister made me this. Isn't it beautiful? Not Beth, Naomi. Here's the inside. And I've had it here by my station. I've been putting my scissors and my glasses and the TV remote and what I put the threads in and my eye drops. If you can't tell, my eye hurts. And my lotion and crochet hooks and stitch markers, whatever I need. And I put it over here to the side. I've even put my phone in it on occasion. You put it over here on the side. You see how everything fits in there? And it doesn't go sliding off the table. So that's fantastic. I'm constantly doing things like dropping the remote or whatever because I'm trying to fit everything in one small area, and that just really helps. Now, do I always put my phone and the remote and all that in it? No. But it all fits. I could close it up with all that stuff in it. It's quite large to be able to put those things in, and it's a great gift. Now, my nephew, by the way, the ribbon candy was given to me by Rachel, and she always gives me something very stitchy and very friendly. I'll go in more into that in a minute. My nephew gave me this mug. I love it. I'm like, I don't know how much I would fit in there, but I love it. She always gives me something that is, she's aware of what I want to craft. And I got another diamond stitching kit. This one is, let me see if I can, 3 flamingos instead of just one. I won't be starting this until I finish the one I'm working on, but the thing that you gave me that I really love is this. It's crochet hooks, all of them, plus all these things. These are snips, tape measure, stitch markers, seam ripper, all kinds of stuff. These are the small ones, like for thread. And then there's, I have to be careful with this one because these are not the ergonomic kind, and they shoved them all in these and they slide out, so I have to be careful. But look at all of these. Now, frankly, I won't be using these as much because I like the ergonomic handles a lot more than I thought I would. But I can keep these on hand, and they're nice and neat and contained. And the crochet hooks that I've been using will fit in here as well. So that's what's really nice. And that's all I have. I'm trying to get organized for, that isn't all I have. I chose a new temperature chart. I was really, there were several I liked. And I was trying to go with one that I liked the finished product, but also that wouldn't take a long time for me to do. Because I'm still in the process of moving into this house, and everything takes an hour to get to and stuff like that. And I found this. And it's by JC Breeze, I think. I'll write it down on the back of this next time so that I remember, because she doesn't have it anywhere printed on her designs. Each, like, you can either do all cats or all dogs or a mixture, and you can either do it all in a line or stacked like this. Now, she doesn't give you the pattern for the stack of cats and dogs, which is what I plan to do, cats and dogs. I think that's this one, this middle one, cats and dogs. But each line, like the one for January has 31 lines, each line is a different color. I mean, a different day. And it's very, 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 very simplistic. You know, just very simplistic isn't the right word, that makes it sound bad, but the pattern is not very detail-y, you know. And like the first day, January 1st, there's 3 stitches. Now, you got to put those 3 stitches in the right spot, but there's only 3. So, I'm looking forward to starting this. I made sure I had all the threads today, and I'm missing 2. I'll find it. I was not at Hobby Lobby, I was at Michael's, because I was also trying to get pearl cotton for starting Murder in the Garden. No, that's not one of my 2 starts. But I do want to start Murder in the Garden sooner rather than later. And I don't know when. I haven't decided when. But I do hope to start it sooner rather than later. I really, really love that pattern. I could use DMC threads, and I may end up doing that. But I kind of would like the pearl cotton. So we'll see. Yeah. So those are my plans for the new year. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for visiting. I plan to be back in a week and see you again. And I'll show you all my Flosstube frenzy next week. And then after that, it'll be the first week of every month, and I'll take a picture so you can see the difference in a month. And I think that that will be better than trying to see what the difference is with just a day or 2. So, all right, that's everything. You guys have great stitching. Have a great new year. I hope your new year plans are fun and festive. Stay safe, drive carefully, and I'll see you next year. Bye.